Hello, Algebra Scholars. The other part of section 1.3 is the four basic operations with respect to fractions. The first two operations, multiplication and division, are actually much easier than addition and subtraction. We know, or we remember from our previous courses, that to multiply fractions we simply multiply the tops, 1 times 6 is 6, and we multiply the bottoms, 3 times 5 is 15. Before we circle that as our final answer, we have to look for common factors. We know that 6 and 15 share 3 as a common factor, so we simplify by a factor of 3. 3 goes into 6 twice, 3 goes into 15 5 times, so 2/5 is our final answer. We know that to divide fractions, we keep the first fraction the same, we flip the second fraction over, and we turn it into a multiplication problem. And we do just like the previous example. 2 times 7 is 14, 5 times 4 is 20, and they share a common factor of 2. 2 goes into 14 7 times, and it goes into 20 10 times. Adding and subtracting fractions are harder because in order to do so you must have a common denominator. We know that the common denominator for this problem is 14. Since the second fraction already has 14 as a denominator, we leave it as 2/14. The second fraction we are going to multiply. If we multiply the bottom by 2 to get 14, we have to multiply the top by 2. And this is a great example of 3/7 is an expression that we talked about in section 1.1, and one of the only things you can do to an expression is multiply it by 1, which is what 2 over 2 is. So 3/7, its equivalent fraction is 6/14. When we add these together, we get 8/14. We simplify by a factor of 2 to 4/7. Same thing is true down here. The common denominator is 22. If we multiply 11 by 2 to get 22, we have to multiply 7 by 2 to get 14. So it is 14/22 minus 1/22, and that gives us 13/22, and 13 and 22 do not share any common factors, so that is our final answer.